Hey, namaste everyone, Asquare here bringing you a Clash of Clans Town Hall 9 attack strategy video. And we had this CWL placement war the other day, and one of the major highlight of the war that we had was this Town Hall 9 3-starring a Town Hall 10 using a Sui hero LaLo. And that is what we'll see in this video as well. So in this video, we'll be watching Crispy Bacon 3-starring this base that you see on the screen right now being a Town Hall 9. And we will see some other LaLo action of Town Hall 9 3-starring a Town Hall 9 as well. So let it begin. Alright guys, before I begin this beast replay, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss any future video from me just like this one. So Crispy Bacon is going on opponent number 8, who is a max, not a max Town Hall 10 per se. The opponent is having level 2 Infernos and max Wizard Towers as well, and max walls of course. But walls are not a problem since Bacon is going with a LaLo portion on this LaLo raid on this base. And he starts with a Suicide Hero right at 3 o'clock area, deploying the king first to draw all the fire from the whichever tower he can, and then he will deploy his queen at the 3 o'clock area. The basic purpose of the queen is to take down 1 AD, 2 archer towers and 1 wizard tower, that is all. If the CC is not Lava Hound, the queen can deal with it easily if she can, that is. But I'm thinking that yeah, that was a scouted attack for sure. The king has basically created a funnel for the queen as well as taking care of some of the external trash buildings. The queen has taken down all the essential buildings that she was supposed to take, and now Bacon will start with his LaLo portion. Notice that this Lava Hound is lured by the king to the outside of the base. Let's see if the Lava Hound stays outside the base or not. So he starts with a anti-clockwise like motion of the LaLo. That is a very basic generic Town Hall 9 stuff that we all know. And he's deploying very surgically his balloons on every single defense that he has. And look at the excellent placement of this, what do you call it, haste spell. It is covering each and every defense that was in that area, propelling the balloons in the right direction. He killed the opponent queen. I'm sorry, I missed that action there. He killed the opponent queen using the rage and the skeleton spell composition. I think you are pretty much aware of that. You can kill the opponent queen by that method. And look at the amount of balloons that he has at the end of the raid right now. Mind you guys, he's attacking a Town Hall 10, that too with level 2 Infernos and max Wizard Towers. Wizard Towers are deadly for balloons, a group of balloons in a LaLo. And I think pretty much I suffer from Wizard Towers at Town Hall 9. This guy is attacking Wizard Towers of Town Hall 10. That is insane. Look at the amount of balloons that he has, the amount of cleanup that he has. Like he doesn't even have to bother about the cleanup as well. This Lava Hound that you see is the opponent Lava Hound that was lured inside the base by those damn skeleton traps. That skeleton spell that he deployed to kill the queen. You do not want the opponent Lava Hound to be alive, or like if it is alive, you want it to be dragged inside the corner. I don't know why he's sticking with 2 of the archers. He could have deployed like some of the archers in the corner that would lure the Lava Hound out of the way. But anyway, he is like basically already taken care of the base, so nothing much to worry about it. Excellently executed attack, Crispy Bacon. Let's move on and let's see some LaLo action of some Town Hall 9 versus Town Hall 9. I mean, let's come back to our own level, right? Let's leave Crispy Bacon on his own high standards. Let's see that. So this attack strategy is popularly known as TDH or mass minions because of the fact that the attacker is using 15 minions to complete this attack, but you can also call it a Queen Walk LaLo, pretty much a variation of Queen Walk LaLo. And Blam going in pretty close with the clock here, deploys one of the balloon at the very corner to fish out that Torrent Tesla, always a good thing to do before you start the raid. This one Baby Dragon he deployed to make sure that the queen stays on the path, because we'll discuss where the queen would go. He deployed one balloon before starting the Queen Walk, just to fish out that Black Sam or that Black Mine, so that it would not take that healer down and mess up with the Queen Walk. And that is always a good precautionary measure to do. I think this base was scouted, so Blam was easily did that. The king created a funnel for the queen so that the queen goes inside the compartment which the wall breaker just opened. Now, if you're aware of the TDH attack strategy, or that this whatever this specific composition of army is, you want to take care of all the wizard towers in that area, whatever area you are queen walking. And that is why the Queen Walk's target here is to take care of these 3 wizard tower in this area, and then that one lone wizard tower that is at 12 o'clock will be taken care of by the LaLo portion, the back end LaLo portion. So Blam is queen walking right now. The part of the CC was lured by that Baby Dragon. The rest of the CC will be lured soon. Let's see when the queen will get in the range. Yeah, it will be pretty soon. The queen will end up taking down the opponent queen and the opponent CC. That is the basic thing that you always want to take care of. You don't want the opponent CC or opponent queen to live while you start with your LaLo. Now, as soon as the queen will take care of the opponent with this wizard tower, I think he will pretty much start with his LaLo. Right now, the queen walk part is very like intimidating, and you have to start with your LaLo portion right at the 1 minute 30 second mark, at least, at the very least, because otherwise you will be very close to the clock. That is what will happen with Blam here. There's one crossbow, like that was a little bit of screwed pathing from Blam. Like I think he could have saved like a couple balloons to directly direct them to this crossbow, but this crossbow will end up taking down so many minions, which will finally end up making the attack so close to the time. Otherwise, he has like a full blown max lava hound in the CC that is still like at more than half of its health, and this crossbow is targeting those minions, which are absolute essentials for this raid. But luckily the X-bow will retarget, and he took a pretty great amount of the base by queen walk itself, so there is not much pressure right now. It's at this point there is nothing that could kill the raid, so it's just, I'll fast forward it because the minions and all those stuff like the lava puffs and all will have just clean up. There are a couple buildings at the very corner, so it was a very fantastic TDH by Blam. Let's see another similar kind of attack from someone more awesome. Again, we are going pretty close with the clock here. So Smile of Death going on number 18 with a similar attack strategy, using a fewer more minions than the last time. TDH or a queen walk, LaLo, whatever you want to call it. He will start with the similar process like what we discussed in the last attack. You want to take down all the wizard towers before you start with the LaLo. That is what Smile of Death will intend in this attack as well. And a fair warning, I mean a fair like thing to consider, he has 9 wall breakers as well, so make sure like you guys focus right in this area. I'll zoom in at the wall breaking. Like it was awesome. This wall breaking I think was the thing that saved the day. If it wasn't for these wall breakers, like they will penetrate to the second level. They will not break the wall, I'm not sure, let's see, but if it wasn't for these wall breakers, I think he would have definitely time failed because of these walls. But he's intending for his queen to enter at around this crossbow compartment and then move up and take down this wizard tower, and he will take care of this wizard tower by the LaLo that he has. So he deployed the raid spell to pump up the king and queen a little bit, as well as to pump up the wall breakers in that area. Now the wall breaker broke the first compartment, they broke the second compartment as well, and now they will move towards breaking this third compartment, but unluckily they will just be a little short of breaking that compartment, but will end up supporting the queen when supporting the king when the king will break that wall. Anyway, the queen is bringing a substantial amount of the value, taking down the opponent lava hound as well. The king is still inside the base. That is awesome. The king will break that wall as well, opening a path for the queen to move into that this like air defense and wizard tower compartment and take them out. As soon as the queen will start to lock onto this compartment, a Smile of Death will start with his LaLo at around 9 o'clock direction. Now usually you want to take care of the queen if you can, but if the queen is like too much out of the way, you can do what Smile of Death did here. He has one rage and one skeleton spell to take care of the queen. Let's see if he's able to do that or will he screw up with that. It is a big suspense right now. So he started with his LaLo. As soon as the queen starts to lock on to that wizard tower in that area, he has one lava hound of his own and one of CC. The queen is locked onto the lava hound, but he deployed his rage and a skeleton I think a little bit too early and a little bit too short, because the queen is in a different compartment and the skeleton spell is in a different compartment. Also this mortar is taking down those skeletons pretty bad, so kind of a little bit of screw up over in that area, but he has a very strong start, and also like he also took care of all the pretty much very important buildings right in that area. Of the queen's area, that is, and so I don't think that it will be much of a trouble. He has 18 minions for the cleanup, so cleanup won't be a problem until and unless the queen locks on to each and every minion individually. Minions are usually great at taking down the opponent queen as well if they progress that deep inside the base. You want so many minions in this attack because the queen walk is slow developing and you want the cleanup to be fast as soon as the defenses are down. So this is the main catch of this attack. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. This has been your host Asquare, and let me know in the comments how do you feel about the 9v10 3-star that you saw in this video.